So basically this is just a list of 10 moves you should be using with Heihachi when you're playing. They consist of moves in the core game, starting combos, and just the fundamentals as well. I know a lot of people can look at the move list and see, oh, there's like 80 moves, which ones do I use? These are the main ones you should be using. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first move is the 1 and back 2. That looks like this. Now, the reason this is good is because it starts with a jab. So it's a quick start. You know, if they want to do like a wind-up move or anything that takes a lot of frames to do, the jab will beat it out. But it's also good because it's a mid. Now, this is good because, say they're anticipating the jab start, they can duck, right? But the second hit comes so quick and it is a mid, if they're ducking, it will hit them straight in the head. So it will interrupt anything they're trying to do, like a wall rising launch or something like that. And it does decent damage as well. So the second move is the forward 3. That looks like this. Now this is really good for the hell sweep mix-up. So if you're rushing down your opponent and they're used to seeing you doing hell sweep and then knocking them over and things like that, so they're cautious of it, so now they duck. This is perfect for that because this will come over and smash them on top of the head and they'll fall over and you can even get a combo off it. It's also positive on block, so don't be afraid to throw that out if you want to test it out a bit, and the hell sweep is not safe on block, so you know. And yeah, as I just mentioned, it's a really good tool for pressure. And basically when you're wave dashing, there's a lot of ducking going on and a lot of people think that you're going to go for a low anyway, so this is perfect. So the down forward 1, I reckon, is probably the most effective move on this list, because it's a perfect move for buffering the opponent's combos. So every time there's a break in, you know, say you try something and it's blocked, you can throw this out and it's very safe, it's very quick, and it will like stop the opponent's offense straight away. And it's also really good because you can keep throwing out the down forward 1, and as soon as it lands, just add in 2 after it, and it's an instant knockdown, and you can get the pressure then. So basically the down forward 2 is similar to down forward 1. It's great for interruption. You can throw it out whenever you want, and it's also on mid, so we'll get them if they're ducking. But the thing that makes this even better than the down forward 1 is it launches on counter hit. So if you keep buffering the opponent's moves, instead of interrupting, if you get them while they're hitting a button, it'll launch them. So it's an insane move and you should be using it. Now, this is my personal preference. You don't have to use this if you don't want to, but I find it wins me a lot of games and it's a very good mix-up tool, and that would be the down back 2. Now, it is unsafe, but I like it because people don't really see it coming because you're doing a lot of mids and highs and they're like, okay, I'm going to block the next one he does, and you just throw this in there and it does a chunk of damage and also throws him off balance. So this one's a pretty obvious one, the hell sweep, which is crouch dash and 4. Now this is a great tool because this can lead to most of your mix-up game. So when you do the hell sweep, if they're not expecting it, you can trip them over. You can get a full combo that does heaps of damage, like I'm showing you here. It's just one of the staple moves for Heihachi if you're going to play him. Aside from the fact that you can get a full combo, it also is just, it does heaps of damage on its own with just the 3 kicks and the punch, or 3 kicks and the last kick. And it's just a really, really good low. Now this is an obvious one for anyone who plays Heihachi or any of the Mishimas, the electric. Electric Full God Fist. Where do I start with this? It's a great quick combo launcher because it's very fast and great to punish whiffs. It's his strongest combo starter. You will get the most damage out of these combos. It's safe on block and it has pushback if it's blocked. You know, the list goes on. Basically, if there's one move on this list you need to absolutely have and be using, it's this. Combo starter, pressurer, punisher, and doesn't really have any weaknesses, so make sure you use it as much as you can. So this is one of my personal favorites, the forward 2. So basically when the opponent gets used to you using the electric and they start to duck it, this is when this move comes in. It launches them even higher than the electric, and it gets them if they're ducking because it's a mid. So when you see someone start to get used to your playstyle and they duck your electric because they're like, oh, it's getting him to damage like that, use this instead. You can get really good damage off this, but it is minus 16. So don't use it all the time where they can see it, and try and pick your moments. So this move is a great move, forward 3, for when there's a bit of space between you guys. It's a good gap closer, and it's safe on block. So if you're like, waiting to go in, or you're watching what they're doing, seeing when they're going to attack you and stuff, if there's a bit of space between you and you think they're going to come in and fight you, press forward 3 and you'll close the gap, and it will kick them for a knockdown. And again, as I've said throughout this video, it's a mid, so you don't have to worry about them ducking it or them parrying it. They just basically have to block or do nothing. The final move I want to talk about is the up forward 3-4. This is Heihachi's jumping kicks, and unlike in other games, this actually has a tailspin at the end. And as you know, if you get them in tailspin, you can finish off a combo. So that's pretty decent damage for just a 2-kick move. Not to mention, it is also safe, so don't be afraid to throw that out either. So that about wraps up Heihachi's core move list for the moves you should be using. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Peace.